Guess where I am? I am sitting in a jump seat with I'm sitting where the air stewardess sits. So what happened was I booked my plane ticket, and the plane ticket was the plane was overbooked. So I was given a choice. I could go on the plane and then take the jump seat, or I could take the next one whereby there's a layover in Copenhagen. So that means I will reach Oslo 2 hours later with the transit. I took the first one. I said I'd rather sit in a jump seat and just sit for 2 hours and have a direct flight to Oslo than go on transit, come out and go back in again. I don't want that. So this turned out to be really fun. Like, you know, I just make friends with the air steward and the air stewardess. So just make friends with them. And because you know, the moment you make friends, they become good friends with you. So you get special treatment. Yeah. So before they head out to serve drinks, I get, you know, the first serving. So they asked me, do you want water? I say, yeah, I would love some water. So usually, you know, on SARS, you will get a cup and then they'll give you water. For me, I get a whole bottle. And then the stewardess asked me, what else would you like to drink? I say, tea would be nice. Okay, you tea. On top of that, the steward says, do you read Norwegian? I say, yeah, I do. He took the newspapers. Yippee! So I even get newspapers. So that's fun. That's nice. So I feel like I'm getting the special treatment here. Yes, cool jump seat, right? This is like serious kind of belts for the steward. But this is cool, right? So as you know, I'm a big sucker for new experiences, so I'm just so excited. I think one can choose to either complain or, you know, oh, jump seat or blah blah blah, or, you know, when you get lemons, you make lemonade. So I'm just enjoying this, really. So another thing that happened to me when I landed in France was bought my 8 pieces of laddu riz, and then there was an ATM, tried to withdraw money and no money came out. Imagine the shock of my life. And I was distraught. Of course, it's like, hey, wait, where's my money? And when I checked my bank account on my phone, the money has already been deducted from my account, but I didn't get the money. So that was the problem. So yes, I was really caught off guard. I was on a very tight schedule. I was supposed to land and then fix my hair and then go for the evening meeting for the Global Women. But I had to sort out, I had to check with the counter, like, you know, who should I talk to about this and blah blah blah. And luckily, well, I spoke to my husband, of course. My husband, forever my savior. So what happened was the Norwegian bank, DNB, called me from Norway, called me in Paris airport. Wait for a while. You're not affected, right? Okay. So that's what happened, and then I had to waste time, you know, on that, figure that out a little bit, and then I had very little time to fix my hair and check in my luggage and then go for the meeting. I was really a bit very I was very stressed. I was very stressed. And it definitely caught me off guard. And you know, I do have to pitch my business, and I do have to be in a good composure when I pitch my business too. So I had to really try to calm myself down. But the day went well still, and I slept it off, and the next 2 days was fantastic. When we're traveling, there's so many things that can happen, right? I think recently my clients experienced their luggage did not come when they landed, and they had to wait, and it was a bit troublesome because they had all their coming from Asia. Of course, they were not having their winter clothing on, So they had lots of their winter clothing in the luggage and some medicine. So that was really troublesome. Other moments, my clients, I think they have also experienced things like delayed flight, and that meant that they had to miss their first Northern Lights chase on the first night. So that was really upsetting. There's a lot of negative emotions. I think when it comes to all these things that happen, of course, number one, travel insurance, especially when you go on a very long tour, is utmost important, right? Number one. Number two, it's really the emotional roller coaster. It's really the emotional upheaval that you have to adapt, you have to overcome when these things happen. When it comes to, you know, not getting your luggage and delayed flights, there's really nothing you can do but just wait, right? But I believe the most critical part here is really managing your emotions. Because for a lot of my clients, they're gonna go for a long tour, and there's no point actually fretting about it, you know, sighing and being upset and all that. I understand your situation totally, but I think it's just a reminder for us that we deserve a good holiday, and one thing that happened should not affect the rest of the tour, right? It's really about compartmentalizing your emotions, compartmentalizing, in a sense, being in the moment. So what happened to me was, of course, I was upset when it happened, and I fixed it. The bank called me, and I said, okay, moving on. So on to the next thing. And I think I did my very best to just focus on my pitch while I was doing the hairdressing, and so eventually I did not even have time to check in my luggage in the hotel. I did not. There was no time. So after I fixed my hair, I had to jump on the taxi. Yeah, I took the train, and with my luggage it wasn't fun because Paris metro does not have lifts, and if there were lifts, I remember in summer there were unfortunately pee inside the lift, so I always take the staircase, but it's okay. I mean, that's part and parcel. So I think the most important thing is just really to compartmentalize. So this happened, I'm dealing with it, and I'm moving on, and I mean, it's important to have the light at the end of the tunnel. For me, it was the eye on the prize, which was, you know, being able to network with the other women in Paris, you know, which meant opportunities for me, right? So I'm just being focused on that, and then I have the rest of the days, you know, with my friends. We're gonna go sightseeing. So keep the eye on the prize, number one, you know. And if you're going on a holiday, remember the whole holiday will not be spoiled just because the beginning is spoiled. Okay, so that's so important, and that's why I tell my customers all the time. Just because you had a bad start, it doesn't mean that the rest of the holiday is ruined. It's not. You deal with it. And the other tip I want to give is that if, let's say, for example, that, you know, one client had her luggage broken, it was damaged, and then they were allowed to buy a new one, so they're supposed to go get one or collect one someplace. So my advice was that deal with it as soon as possible, and deal with it, finish with it, move on, and because you have like a beautiful holiday waiting for you, right? So so that's my advice, right? I mean, I'm a traveler too. I'm like everyone, I'm exposed to all kinds of challenges. Sometimes these things don't go our way, but it's so important to compartmentalize your emotions. This happens now, I'm gonna deal with it, and then I move on. I will not, you know, try not to drag those negative emotions to the next day, and you know, further down the tour, because you've got something great going on for you. You've got something awesome waiting for you for the next few days, so you don't want to spoil that. So that's so important. So be in the moment, at that moment, deal with the negativity, moving on, and then move on to more positive stuff, and be in that moment of positivity. So important, and take it all in, all the goodness that you have arrived. You've arrived at this place where you're gonna, you know, fulfill your bucket list and fulfill your dreams to see the Northern Lights. So that's that. Keep the eye on the prize, everybody, and whatever those negativities, Like what you know, this famous singer said, just shrug it off. Shrug it off. Okay, see you. I'm just gonna continue enjoying my tea in my jumpsuit. Hello. Okay, so more to a new experience from here. Bye.